Did Meghan Markle force Netflix to release a quote so they could use it as damage control? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and I do have to put my speculation warning up top. I always tell you when I'm speculating versus when we have actual clear evidence here. I don't have evidence of this per se, but after doing my research on these two and the reporting that we've done, yeah, I'm leaning to think that this was totally forced by Meghan. These quotes that we're seeing as damage control out there with Netflix's defending of the Duke and Duchess. Man, I got thoughts, and I wanted to really talk about this specific approach that they're doing and why I think Meghan is absolutely behind it. Now we got to go back, though, to remind folks who are still just tuning in or gathering this. Yeah, they're getting ripped apart by Hollywood. Yesterday, we heard from UTA CEO exec Jeremy Zimmer, just because you're famous doesn't make you great at something. The quotes were spot on, and he got some flack. Meghan and some others were calling him a bully. They were playing victim because he was keeping it honest. She doesn't have much talent. And granted, this is not very common for big agencies to go out there and remark on people. But the truth is he was dropping facts about her. She's not famous. She's not talented. She hasn't done anything except for Suits and Deal or No Deal. And yeah, exactly. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're good at something. And she claims to be good at everything. She wants to be this new Hollywood brand. And this is getting so bad that, yeah, even celebrities are distancing themselves from Prince Harry and Meghan. No one wants the drama. They're looking like a one-trick pony over at Netflix with their reality show. Coming in from Kinsey, who's been on the show. Hello, Kinsey. Good to see you. Yeah, and she's got some really good insight here as all these British experts weighing in and getting involved in this. That, yeah, celebrities and companies are distancing themselves from Sussexes because they do seem to be a flop. They do seem to bring a lot of drama wherever they go and overpromise and underdeliver. Facts. This is what the issue is. So, they will only get the rest of the money if they produce content of real interest, an industry source has revealed regarding the Netflix deal. Source said that the U.S. giant is happy with the viewing figures for the couple series, but if no suitable follow-ups can be agreed, the outstanding cash will not be handed over, The Sun reported. There's no question of a headline-grabbing public parting of ways, but Netflix is currently not doing that. Now, we're going to get to the Netflix quotes in 1 second, but there's one other thing I wanted to share here. As you know, the narrative in a lot of these other outlets is more negative, but I would also say more honest. Terrible ideas, tedious shows, zero talent, Meghan and Harry's train wreck podcast career. Again, you got to remember, they did this for that quick buck. And they made a quick buck. Let's not lie. They made some Spotify money. They took it and ran. They made, they've made some Netflix money, absolutely. They made the spare money. They've cashed in and gotten their money for their security. And if they save that right, they're good forever. So I don't want to hear them complaining about money ever again. They cashed in, they got that investment, and they got that money. They go live off in a private island and live comfortably for the rest of their lives. But I'm sure we'll get more complaining from them. That's my guess. But there was one quote here. This came in from, who wrote this? This is brilliant. Stewart, man. I've never seen someone sum up Meghan's podcast better. Archetypes did not do well. As such, was roughly as interesting as listening to changing room chatter in the world's most insufferable yoga studio. I mean, how about a round of applause for that? I mean, spot on. My God, dude. I couldn't have said it better. That's good detail. That's good writing right there. Bravo, Stuart. That is archetypes to a T. That's what it was. Overly produced, overly edited, just nonsense where it's just like, she can't just have a conversation. You can't clearly just throw her up on a mic and interview Serena, even her friend, because it would be even more insufferable than it already was. These two just are not good at that. I don't know what they are good at. I don't wish them all this. I wish them well. Go do something else, but I don't know what they're going to do. And the problem is they want to be seen as these big to-do people, and the reality is you're not. You should have stayed as royals because then you could have reaped that benefit and done nothing for the rest of your life. But here we go. So all this bad press is out there, and as we spotlighted a bit of it yesterday, there's been this damage control. And the Netflix rep has said, and I did play this quote yesterday, but here, I want to read it one more time. "We value our partnership with Archwell Productions," a Netflix spokesperson told People. "Harry and Meghan was Netflix's biggest documentary debut ever, and will continue to work together on a number of projects, including the upcoming documentary series Heart of Invictus," which is the veteran series that Harry has next, which they've already shot. They announced it in January, following athletes from the Invictus Games. Harry's in it. Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer for them. I'm sure it wasn't that expensive to make. And extraordinary competitors from around the globe, all service members who have suffered life-changing injuries or illnesses on their road to competing at the Invictus Games. That seems like a no-brainer. All right, we're going to get that, but let's see how that one does. Let's see how that one does, guys. And Netflix, to their credit, has spent money. They want to try to make their money. So I don't blame them for coming out and doing this, but it is interesting to see all the regular players, Rolling Stones, etc., come out in their defense. Their deal isn't going anywhere. Here, confidently supporting them, because there are, outlets that want to support Meghan and Harry. And it makes me really think this was pushed. Netflix doesn't just make comments willy-nilly. There's no need for them to. They're a production company. Why would they? Who cares? And that makes me go back to that Wall Street Journal article we broke down the other day, where we talked about the producers and people involved in Meghan's podcast, how she would constantly get involved, overly so. She would ask for changes late in the editing process, at times recruiting senior Spotify executives, including Chief Content Officer Don Ostrov, to call producers and push them to make changes. Now, I highlight this because, that's when she doesn't get what she wants. Here we have her employees admitting that she goes above and complains. She's a Karen. She goes and Karens. So I think she went and Karened over at Netflix. Netflix, are you going to allow this? A black woman on your service just being harassed and bullied like this in the press? Are you not going to come out and support us? Do we not have a healthy relationship? Do you not value our partnership, Netflix? I'm just stunned. Where is the support of us? After all, we have the Invictus Games coming up, and we have so many more series. Are you not going to say anything, Netflix? And you got to remember also, Ted Sarandos is their neighbor. Ted, I can't believe no one at Netflix has said anything to support us. This is just shameful. Is this the kind of operation you run for a black woman content creator? Is this what you do, Ted? I mean, how far off do you think I am in my imagination there, my role playing? Do you think I'm far off? Or do you think Meghan's gone and done the Karening over there to the power-ups at Netflix and her neighbor who runs Netflix to sort of just, guys, are you going to leave this black woman out to suffer to all the mob of harassment? Our views clearly aren't working because everyone in the world is racist. What are we going to do to combat all this racism and actually make us make money? I don't understand. I'm not buying it. Sorry. I'm not buying it. Your shows sucked. Everyone's made it clear. Your shows that you're pitching to Netflix are just knockoffs and ripoffs of their already successful shows. So all of this just stinks. It stinks of involvement from Meghan. That's what when I see people and Rolling Stone coming out of the woodwork to defend them with Netflix isn't going anywhere. Sure, they aren't, because they still got more money on the table that they want to try to make. They want to squeeze this lemon even more, use the grinds and the seeds to try to get something out of their investment, this terrible investment. Of course they're not. Spotify realized we're not getting a Harry show. I don't want to keep getting calls from Meghan to make edits. We're already in over it. It's time to cut our losses so we don't have to, because sometimes it's better to spend the money and lose it than to keep drowning with someone like Meghan insufferably calling and editing, adjusting and doing more. It's like, enough already. We'll take the losses. But Netflix, I think, realizes, no, we're gonna play the long game here. We got a couple more years on the contract. Let's not look bad to other celebrities out there that we want to make deals with and potentially use for a quick Mad Dash docuseries. Yeah, we'll play the game. Fine. Yeah, okay, sure, Meghan. Oh, you're right. We value our friendship. Oh, la, 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 la. This doesn't obviously factor in that Rolling Stone's ignoring the fact that Spotify canceled and Dior's not doing the deal and all the other things and Jeremy's quotes. This one just glosses over all of that to focus on, no, Netflix is still strong and pro Meghan and Harry. It's just fascinating to watch all this. So yeah, I'm going to continue to break down the media's responses to all this and how that all plays out. Because again, for me, leave them alone, sure, if they would just stop doing quotes like this. Stop defending it and just go away. And if they said nothing, if none of their sources or their supporters said nothing, well, then I would just be more impressed because I'd be like, they don't care. And if you don't care, it does eventually go away. You just got to stop caring about your detractors and your critics. Just don't acknowledge and give them what they want, which is attention. The block button is so crucial to a good life. Just don't let it. Don't let anyone phase you. Keep doing what you do. People will support them, and if they just did that, I think they'd be a lot better off. But no, they can't stop themselves from playing victim and complaining and wah. Now I get it. I get it. If you like me getting it and reporting on this, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for alerts, smash that like button. We do have more topics coming. I hope you'll go support them as well. So leave a comment down below. Do you think I'm onto something? Am I seeing it properly? What do you think in the comments? Stay tuned. We got so much more here. So thanks for watching.